Worker shortages as job ads hit a 12-year high. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heiser here and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your stein of coffee and we're going to have a look at this article here from Yahoo Finance discussing the war for talent, worker shortages as job ads hit a 12-year high. And you can see in my little title there that's 39.7% year on year, everyone. That's a huge growth in job ads, guys. It's just crazy. And I'm just adjusting something. There we go. So job ad surge 39.7%. That's the 12-year high in job advertisements. But you've got to remember, they plunged a lot before they got there. So it may sound really impressive, but as we can see in this chart here, they are back at their peak in 18, well, their recent peak, shall we say, in 17, 18, 19. Well, they're above that. They're doing, there you go. We're not quite at levels just before the GFC, 07, 08, and look at that plunge there. But we've sprang back. Month on month, 7.4%. And these are seasonally adjusted. Year on year, 39.7%. Total job ads are up. So, I mean, if you want a sign of business confidence, guys, that's one right there. People stepping up and hiring workers right there. That is a sign of confidence. Hopefully it's not misplaced. Hopefully these will be good jobs. I know some people, family members who've now had to, transition out of careers. So now they're essentially working two jobs. It's fantastic. More money. So ANZ job ads hit a 12-year high. ANZ job ads rose 7.4% month on month in March, following an upwardly revised 8.8% in February. ANZ job ads is now the highest level since November 2008 and is pointing to further sharp declines in the unemployment rate. We'll see that in the next figure. It's good news if you're looking for a job, guys. It's good news. So let's have a look at the commentary from ANZ senior economist. 6 months ago, our view was that the ANZ job ads would need to sustain levels materially higher than pre-pandemic in order to entrench the labour market recovery. So they're expecting we'll need to have ads higher than pre-pandemic need to sustain it for some time. ANZ job ads has done better than that, now 23% above its pre-COVID levels and at a 12-year high. This strength has been reflected in the labour market, where employment closed to a record high in February. ABS job vacancies also increased a further 13.7 quarter on quarter. There you go, to be up 26.8%. This gives us further confidence that the impact of the end of JobKeeper will be smaller than previously feared. So is the concern with JobKeeper, is it misplaced? We had large numbers of people on JobKeeper, guys. And I'll bring this chart here that I like to show just because it was quite shocking when I first saw it. Applicants, hundreds of thousands of people, everyone around Australia on it. And up to nearly 9% in Victoria. So did JobKeeper work? Regardless, let's just not forget about the huge amount of debt we're going into, and if it was necessary, but did it maintain those relationships? We are going to see insolvencies rise, everyone. Sadly, that's just going to be the outcome of it. Insolvencies, and I will show you another chart on that. Company external administrations and insolvencies are, well, definitely lower than where they should be. It's just jumped back up again because of its journey towards the median level up here. And that's also going to be reflected in other insolvencies as well. But could this mean that the end of JobKeeper isn't going to be as bad as we anticipated? What do you think? So of the 1.1 million workers that Treasury estimates were still receiving the JobKeeper payment in quarter one, we estimate that 100 to 150,000 people will lose employment, equivalent to 0.8 or 1.2 of the current workforce. But we think net employment losses will be smaller, as growing labour demand elsewhere should mean many workers find a new job relatively quickly. While we expect a temporary rise in the unemployment rate in quarter 2, we think it will resume its rapid downward trajectory in half year 1, 2021. Inevitably, though, there will be some people who struggle to find work post-JobKeeper, ending up unemployed and on the lower job seeker payment. Workers in exposed industries who may not have skills or experience to work in other growing industries, low to middle income workers and young people will be most at risk. And this is why, well, the job maker is being implemented, hopefully, to give those. You don't want to have young people scarred by this and have long-term unemployment. And I mean, if it is age discrimination, guys, but if you're not worth that extra $100, that extra $200 with the experience that you've got as an older person, that's another issue that you really need to look at. To be brutally honest, there's a sad dose of reality. So there's the ANZ job ads and the unemployment rate, inversely related. Same thing with job ads and employment growth, and ANZ job ads and ABS job vacancies. So here are the job ads, and there are the job vacancies. They're according to the Bureau of Statistics. So competition for talent, everyone. Let's have a look at how Jessica Yuan is framing this in good old Yahoo Finance. So Australian job advertisements have reached levels not seen in more than a decade, new data has revealed, as the country confirms a nationwide worker shortage. Job ads rose for the 11th consecutive month in March at 238,700 job openings, according to fresh figures released from the National Skills Commission. This marks a rise of 19.1% or 38,200 job ads from the previous month. And job ads now are nearly double what they were from a year ago in March 2020 when the pandemic hit. Vacancies are highest in Western Australia, where the volume of job ads rose by nearly a quarter to 23.7% during March alone. So we can see here, this is the job advertisements, seasonally adjusted. And this is change over month, change over year. Whoa! Look at New South Wales, 70%, 106. Queensland, 99.7. It shows you, well, it's probably during the pandemic. It's been going on that long, hasn't it, these interventions? The time just flies by when you're having fun, doesn't it? South Australia, 133%. Western Australia, 110. Tasmania, 179. NT, 106. Sorry, 109. 56 in Canberra. Oh, poor Canberra's missing out. They probably didn't lose as many jobs. Oh, the civil servant jobs, guys. Doing it wrong, you know. Job ads in Tasmania and Victoria follow closely behind, ballooning by nearly a fifth at 19.9% and 19.7% respectively. Tasmania also posted the highest year-on-year job ads growth at 179.6%. The new data comes 2 days ahead of the release of new unemployment figures, currently at 5.8%, which is widely expected to drop to 5.6%. SEEK's latest employment report also reported a synchronized rise in year-on-year job ad growth across every state and territory, with the jobs booming in New South Wales, Victoria, and Queensland. The industry, construction, and public sectors have posted the biggest increases in job ads growth in February 2020 compared to last year, according to SEEK. Construction industry, industrial? Consumer, professional services is down, public sectors. Oh, of course, public sector has to be up. Meanwhile, tradies, hospitality and tourism workers in healthcare and medical roles are in high demand. Tourism? Really? As well as retail workers and customer service assistants. Which sectors need workers? Australia's agricultural industry has also grappled with a workforce shortage in recent months as the international travel ban stems the typical flow of overseas workers and backpackers to fruit and vegetable picking jobs. New South Wales Farmers Horticultural Committee Chair Guy Gedder told Yahoo Finance in December that March and April would be crunch time for farmers if international borders remain closed. Backpackers are vital for our sector, and if they are not able to get here, crops like citrus, stone fruit and vegetables may not be able to be picked to their full capacity, he said. And despite the federal government's efforts to encourage Australians to move regionally to take up farm jobs, the shortage has not been adequately addressed. High unemployment among domestic workers in the past has not resulted in a strong uptake of horticultural work. This suggests that unemployed domestic workers will not meet the present shortfall of overseas workers, stated a report from the Department of Agriculture. Australia's healthcare system has also been warned of a shortage in workers for years now. The NDIS CEO, David Moody, tells ABC the disability sector needs an estimated 120,000 workers. And while Australia's economy recovers and more businesses and recreation facilities return to normal, demand for swim teachers has soared, with Swim Australia CEO Brendan Ward saying the shortage is putting young children at risk. Well, that's an opportunity there, guys. If you've got your swimming certificate, you can teach kids to swim. This morning, I took Frederick and he had his swim lessons. We take the kids every week to their swim lessons. It's important. You know, that's a priority, particularly in Queensland, particularly with pools around. You want them to be able, if they fall in, you want them to be able to save themselves and get out. There you go. We lost a lot of swim teachers during the COVID as pools were closed and many were ineligible for JobKeeper and sought alternative employment in other sectors, Ward told Splash magazine. Average waiting lists for swim lessons have increased 20%, and the teacher shortage is threatening water safety and swimming skills among children. We've already seen an increase in the drowning toll this summer, he said. Swimming is a core life skill, which is best taught in the formative years, and if we miss the chance to teach young Aussies water safety, we'll miss it forever. Australia's tech sector is also experiencing a deficit of skilled employees, with recent analysis by RMIT Online revealing the country needed an additional 156,000 more technology workers by 2025. I think it'd be easier to pivot into being a swimming teacher than a technology worker. I think you'd actually make more money there as a swim teacher. You could probably even be a contractor. If Australia can address the digital skills gap, it will turbocharge the economy, helping businesses in the technology, media and communications industry alone grow by $10 billion in 2025, the RMIT report said. This figure is higher than estimates from a 2019 report by the Australian Computer Society, which stated Australia needed an extra 100,000 tech workers by 2024. Now that's interesting because I'm hearing definitely mixed things from people who work in tech with regards to just the pay rates in that sector. But there you go. Opportunities, perhaps. Now, with all of this, with job ads up, are we going to see wage growth? That's the real question. That's what everyone's asking. That's what we all want to see. Will wages go up? Will we finally see some inflation in wages? So this is the chart that I love so much. I put on a coffee mug. Wage price index forecasts by the RBA. They failed in 2011, failed in 2012, failed in 2013. They failed in 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, wages just aren't growing, guys. And that's for a multitude of reasons. But the question is, now with demand for workers higher in certain industries, will wages go up? Well, let's have a look. This is the payroll, jobs and total wages, the latest data for the week ending the 14th of March that I could get from ABS. And here's payroll jobs and total wages. And we can see here, 27th of March, we're at 102 for the index. Payroll jobs are just over 100. So we are doing better than back at March a year ago. So 2% increase, guys. Hey, it's beating what they say inflation is. So we are starting to see something, not the declines. They're going up. I mean, this is very iffy data too. You gotta, because it's coming from all the payroll and one-touch payroll system, all that stuff. But still, we've got to keep an eye on it if we'll start to see some wage growth, guys. And this is percentage change by state. So New South Wales payroll jobs we'll do it over the year, between March 2020 and 27th of March 2021, 0.4 up. Total wages are up 1.1% over the year. Victoria, 0.6. Payroll jobs, total wages, 3.6%. Queensland, 0.5. Payroll jobs, total wages, 1.4. South Australia, look at that, 2.7 and 4.2. Good on you, South Australia. WA, 3.2 to 0. Tassie, 0.3 and 1.5. Northern Territory, 3% and 2.3. ACT, 0.3 and 1.9. And total for Australia is 1% and 2.1. So we are seeing some tiny wage growth. And this is the payroll by sex. And we can see the women, they are above 100, where the blokes aren't. We're still, lads, we're still worse off than last year. There you go. Okay, come on. So, what are the solutions to this, everyone? What are the solutions? Well, this will seem counterintuitive to a lot of people, but you need to make it easier to hire and fire people. You need to make the process of bringing people on easier. You need to be the process of getting rid of people who are a problem easier. And you may, unless you've fired someone, you may not realize it. Okay? To be brutally honest, if you've never employed someone, if you've never managed people, if you've never realized that, you know, what damage someone who's a wrong cultural fit can be to an organization, you need to experience that to appreciate that. If you can make it easier for businesses to get rid of the dead wood, then they're going to be more inclined to hire people. We need to take a page out of Trump's book. What do you reckon? Do you think they'll be brave enough here in Australia to do that, to reduce the red tape? Because then there'll be more people inclined to hire. Because honestly, sometimes you want people to work for you, and not outsourcing it. You want them there, but it can be a real pain. And then we'll see. So guys, thank you all for watching this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content we create here, there are a few ways you can support the channel. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Aussie Broadband. You can buy merch from Heiser Says. You can see the lovely pocket squares we made here, all from Teespring. You can use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.